What up, you crazy kids? What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, MellowMan Ace. Today is Thursday, second after 7 p.m., guys. Welcome to another version, another episode of the Havana Lounge podcast. Today is Free Thursdays, I think, and all the homies are walking in and out going, hey, we're going to go smoke a joint over here. I'm like, fuck. Chill the fuck out. We're live, people. What up, everybody? This is your man, Ed Padrino. MellowMan Ace is in the motherfucking house. I want to start today's show by saying shouts out to my man, Jalil of Houdini for my Fly Blue One Love Get Down right here. See him on his Instagram page. If you want one, my man, Jalil of Houdini is is always in effect, I should say. Guys, I'm excited about tonight situation. My man Noel G is here. The band is here, and they're going to be playing live. I'm only kidding. No, I'm only kidding. The fam is in the house. Everybody make some noise, yes? So you can, I am not sitting here alone in a room with some lights. No doubt. Si me cierras esa puerta otra vez. Nah, just kidding. That's my guy. Hey, guys, but no, we have a great show, man. My man, Noel G, is in the place to be with his man, chilling. So I just want to say, if you're new to the show, coming in, please crush the subscribe button and step on that like button and ring that notification bell. I know it's a lot to do, but do it anyway. Yes, indeed. I'm your boy, Mellowman Man Ace. Once again, another Thursday, another beautiful Thursday. I had a great day. Took care of Pops a little bit around the house. Took him to get some soap and some underarm deodorant, a little bit of toothpaste. I feel great. Did about 3 miles on the treadmill today, so I feel good. But you never know what can happen, people. We just keep trugging and pushing, right? Thursday, welcome back, episode 20, my man. And ladies and gents, I should say, I appreciate you coming through, riding with me every week. I do appreciate you. So let's get started, man. I want to thank my sponsors, Daily Ads, my man Damon Lee down there at Daily Ads for your contribution to the show. Also want to thank my people at AV Chevy, my man Justin down there at Antelope Valley Chevy. And if you need that fly Suburban, Corvette, or Tahoe, Chevy makes Tahoe, huh? Yes. Go see my man Justin. Tell him Mellow Man Ace sent you. And hopefully you get a goodie bag like Noel's about to get over here when he touches down. True indeed. Tonight's wine sponsors, guys. I want to get right into it. This wine came to me from Betty Muro, or Muro, as she likes to be called, Betty. Montes de Oro winery over in Temecula, California. It's the Merlot from 2017. And I got to tell you, when I opened it up and let it breathe a little bit, it hit the spot. Can you guys see that right there? Can you see that? Yeah. That is Temecula, baby. And Temecula, for those of you wine people who may not know, is like right up there with Napa Valley. And when you're talking about wines, you know you want to go either Napa, you want to go Temecula, and just a few other places around the state of California. We are I believe, the number one grower in fruits. Listen to this guy. He's watching. Sergio Reyes is in the house watching me close. He's trying to see if I know what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. I opened it up. The legs were splendid, and it's just a great tasting wine. No bitter aftertaste or anything like that. What can I tell you? I'm going to be driving it all night and all into the morning sunlight. True indeed. In terms of my cigars this week, I had to go back. And revisit my guy. Ramon Valdez knows what I'm talking about. Oliva. This cigar has got me sprung, people. This is my guy. It's going to stay my guy. When you talk about cigars, you know, you want a cigar that doesn't flake off. The ash doesn't flake off too much when you're smoking it. You want an aroma that's rich but yet not overpowering. You also want a leaf that burns evenly. And this cigar does all of this. And it's a mild flavored cigar. And I'm going to continue taking this one out on the golf course every time. Maybe next week I'll show you a different cigar and we'll take it from there. But that's my guy right now. This week it gets an ace of clubs and the wine gets an ace of hearts. In that order. So shout out to everybody who sent me their cigars and their wines this week. Turning the page, people, in sports. Let's talk a little bit of sports. Y'all know how I like my sports. Let's talk baseball, right? It's the Tampa Bay Devil Rays over the Yankees by, I believe, 4.5 games, 5 games in the East. The Red Sox falling apart, but fuck them anyway for cheating on the Dodgers a couple years back. True indeed. In the Central Division, it's it's the Chicago Cubans, of course, atop the Central Division by about 9 games over the Cleveland Indians, stepping on every damn body. Shout out to all my Cuban homeboys on that squad. In the West, it's the Houston Astros opening up a 5-game lead over the Oakland A's in that side of town. In the National League, the Atlanta Braves are in the East on top by about 5 games now over Philly and then the Mets, right? And in the Central Division, the sleepers, the Milwaukee Brewers, shout out to them for doing their thing. They are in control of the Central Division. And when it comes to the West, everybody knows the Giants got a slim to none 2.5 game minute, hair lead over the Dodgers. Our beloved Dodgers are always in the hunt. So that reminds me to remind you, next week my guest will be DJ Severe of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He is the DJ at the stadium that plays all the jams. True indeed. Absolutely. Make some noise for my man. You can clap. You can clap. Look at this guy. He's the only Mexican down for the Yankees. He's over there. All right. Okay. I almost lost my train of thought there. What's up? We good? All right. So, guys, in other sports, NFL news, a whole bunch of Tennessee Titans came up with the COVID. It looks like they might have been partying in the same club with the same girls or something. I don't know, but something freaky is happening in the locker room down there in Tennessee, especially now that the season is about to kick off. Also, the Jacksonville Jaguars, a lot of them not happy with Urban Meyer. Now, if you follow Urban Meyer, you know that college-wise, he commands respect, but he does come from a college level. And I guess it's not transitioning well. He's not transitioning well into the NFL and the big leagues of that type of get down. So a lot of players are upset with him. I don't think he's going anywhere. He just got the bag, so I don't think he's going anywhere. True indeed. Welcome to everybody in the chat room. Thank you for tapping in with me. I appreciate you. With that said, I think it's time. I think it's time to bring forth the rhyme. My brother Noel G is in the place to be. So welcome my man Noel G to the set.
What up, player? How you doing,
True
man?
indeed. Welcome to the show, my man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
He said, I'm going to start asking
How can you not be good when you're on Mellowman Ace's show? You know
Come
what I'm saying?
on,
How
man.
can you not be good?
Come on, man.
So I'm good, man. Should have just skipped that part and jumped right into the questions. Nah, I'm playing.
What's up, my guy? Oh, look, before we go any further,
What up, Larry?
this is a goodie
And
bag.
how can I not be better? You starts off with presents? That's what's up,
Sent to
man.
you by our sponsor,
That
AB
was a
Chevy.
hell of a show, man. Thanks for having me. I'm playing. Oh, that's what's up, man. AC Chevy.
He said, I got the bag. It's time to go.
Get with me, homie. What we got in the goodie bag? That was like a grab bag.
Indeed.
Remember the ice cream truck when we were younger, bro?
We are about our
That's
wines out here. That is
what's
808
poppin'
Beach
with it.
wine.
That's
Sent
hella
to you
cool.
from Sacramento, California.
Got the car freshener. Oh, there's just too much to go through right now. but
Absolutely.
Thank you, G. I appreciate that,
Oh, man, you got it.
You ain't gonna run my credit card or nothing, right?
No. I already did. It cleared.
Yeah, all right, then we good.
Noel, man.
Mellow, thank you, and everyone else who put a gift inside of there. Thank you. I always appreciate that. Thank you so much.
True indeed. Noel, man, it's a pleasure to have you, brother. I remember, now this is my experience with you. I think the first time I met you, you may not remember because it might have not been a big deal to you.
Nah, this is when TV was black and white, bro. I remember this was back in the days, dog. So they were doing a silent film.
No. Back in the Little Rascal days.
In the Little Rascal days, right?
No, I don't go back that
we
far.
were just getting hair on our chest.
Nah. I'm only going to take you back to about 2000 in there. And I believe I met you on the set of the Cypress Hill Rockstar video.
Okay, and I remember because I don't want to kill it or nothing, but go ahead because you refreshed me at the remember.
Yeah,
but go ahead. Tell me again.
If I'm recanting correctly, I met you on the set there, and I remember they were walking people in to this big hangar where they were going to do this live performance part of it, and you weren't exactly in the front of the line. And you came up to me and said, "Yo, Mellow, what's up?" I said, "Come on through," and pulled you in. That's what I remember.
Oh, yeah, that's probably right. I don't know. That's probably right. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that one.
Okay, we'll keep it there. Keep it live.
I'm going to go with that one.
My man, so let's get into it, dog, because your credits are...
Ask away, man. Anything you want to ask.
Credits are crazy. Credits are crazy, I got to tell you. How did the dream come about, bro, too? Or when did you realize the dream was this, to be an actor?
Right. That's a good question. I like that question. Next question.
Next question is...
I'm playing that. Now, for me, literally, no lie, no joke, man, it's kind of crazy because it literally is a right place, right time story. You know, I'm going to keep it 100 the way I always do and would and do anyways. But when I first got into the game, it was about the money because I never made so much money so quickly.
Yeah.
And it just came in like a flood. Like I literally went from nothing to pretty much bling bling overnight.
Sure.
Just to keep it 100. And but then as I started doing the business, I started loving it so much because it's never the same thing. You always work in a different place. You work with different people. It's never the same. And there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. Don't get it twisted. Don't misconstrue my words or say something I didn't say. I'm just saying that I just love this business because it's never coming back to the same thing. It's always something different.
So are you telling me that it was never a dream? You just stumbled in?
It in all honesty, yeah. And this is how that cracked off. When I got into the business, I was just thugging in the streets. I didn't know what I was going to do. Yeah. And little did I even think some thug kid could be in a movie. Yeah. That never even crossed my mind.
What was your first acting gig?
Yeah. So no. So that's what I'm going to tell you, right? So this is kind of how it popped off, and I'll try to cut out a lot of the fat and get straight to the bone. But I was homeless at the time. I was living with this girl who took me in, and she wanted to be an actress, model, and the whole Hollywood deal. I never thought about it a day in my life. Never even crossed my mind. Yeah. One day she asked me, she said, "You want to go with me to an acting class?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll roll with you, whatever." Because I always thought her family took me in, whatever. And I always thought that if I got her mad, that, you know, she might run to daddy and mommy and have me kicked out of the house. And because I was homeless, I was so happy to have a roof over my head. I did pretty much whatever it is she said.
Gotcha.
So I go with her to this acting class, and I ain't going to front. I'm just keeping it 100. I was in there, and I thought everybody was kind of like dorks and nerds, right?
Yeah.
So I'd start talking smack in the classroom. I just start, acting a clown. Right place, right time. Yeah. Never thought about acting a day in my life. There was a producer who was sitting in class who was scouting talent. He comes up to me after the class, and he says, "Hey, you want to be in a Taco Bell commercial?" And I was like, oh, because I'm Mexican. Oh, what's up, homie? No, I'm kidding, bro. So the first thing I ever did and I thought he was on some BS, just keeping it real, right?
Yeah.
So I gave him my number, whatever. 2 weeks later, it was real. I was on a Taco Bell commercial 2 weeks later, 15 years old, first thing I ever did in my life. And that's how it cracked off. So what happened was, and this is where I'm going to end my story, I started getting all these residual checks. But see, I was ignorant at that time. I didn't know what residual payment was. I thought it was like you got to work to get paid, work to get paid, work to get paid. I didn't know what residual income was. So every time, and just so for those of you out there who don't know what it is, it's when you do a commercial and every time they show the commercial, you get a check. I didn't know that at 15, you feel me?
Yeah.
So all these checks started coming in and I thought it was a computer mess up.
So you were scared to cash the check?
I was scared to cash them, but I had my story for court. I was going to say they kept on paying me. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
I'm going to the bank, homie.
You were ready. You were ready just in case.
So one day where it got too funny, I called up the producer and I said, hey, man, why I keep on getting paid for this commercial? And he explained to me that's the way actors get paid. I said, what? Well, I want to be an actor. And that's how the acting kicked off, bro. So then he hooked me up with the manager that was a friend of his, and I go meet this manager cat, and I don't know what I'm doing. I walk in like this. I don't know nothing from nothing. I'm like, what's up? You called me. I'm here. He was like, I like you, man. I like your personality. He goes, I'm going to see what I can do for you. And before I know it, he starts sending me out on auditions, but everything he sent me out on was like Gangster 1, Thug 2, Trigger. I was like, damn, dog, I thought I was here to act. I grew up like this in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I've been to college.
I mean, the gangster role is a role of life.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And you can't,
role in life.
You can't teach that. You know what I mean? That's how we grew up. You feel me?
Facts.
So that's how the acting kicked off, though. And that's how it started. So
that's dope. So now,
so to answer your question and sum it up, it was never a dream.
It was never a dream.
When I was 15 years old, just wilding out in the streets, there was only one or two things that I was thinking.
Yeah.
How to eat and how to survive and where I'm going to sleep and what I'm going to do. Those types. I wasn't thinking career yet. So I didn't have a dream.
Understood.
I was just living day for day trying to make it.
Sure.
And then this just fell on my lap and
that's amazing. That's amazing because when you talk to most people, everybody had an idea like I'm going to pursue this or I'm going to pursue that. I didn't know I could make it, but I know that if I tried or worked hard, persevered, you hear all these kinds of things.
Right.
This has to be the first time that I hear I stumbled on this and it worked.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's why I say literally a right place, right time.
Absolutely, no doubt. Life is about timing, my man. The sun, moon, and stars have to be aligned. What you're doing on your grind has to work. You have to show up. You know what I mean? He who does not show up will surely not get the part. Right. Whatever became of the girl?
Oh, that's the mom of my first kid. So
all right, hey, shout out to baby mama.
It always starts with the girl, right?
Absolutely,
girls are trouble.
That's what Will Smith said.
Oh, did he?
He had a song called "Girls of the World Ain't Nothing But Trouble."
Oh yeah, of course.
Long time ago.
It always. But so she's the mother of my first child, which is my daughter. She's 24.
Very nice. Shout out to them out there.
And let's not say them, to my daughter. Yeah, we could take out her part.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
No editing.
No editing.
We do a rod. It's all good. Yeah. No, but I love people, and so I got love for her. I don't wish no bad upon her, but just saying.
Guys, the guy came in. The man came in fired up. He's ready.
Go ahead.
And I'm loving it. Shout out to his daughter. Absolutely. So tell me this, bro. So now you stumble on this. You're getting all this money. You're hood rich, basically now. What happens next that makes it go to the next level?
So, Mike Tyson made a comment, one of his most famous comments, rich too soon, smart too late. And that's kind of what happened to me. I didn't know how to manage my money, what to do with my money. So I was the one wilding out, the party, the club, the table, the bottles, the whatever.
Yeah.
And then as you grow, you start getting smarter, hopefully. What I'm saying? And so now it's a dream, and there is a dream that's being pursued and that's happening.
Good.
And going on, today as we speak. And so I'm following that lead right there.
What year was your Taco Bell commercial?
Man, this was 31 years ago, bro.
So we're talking about 1990?
Or maybe even 89, 90.
That's what's up.
That's when I was 15, so it was long.
That's what's up. Guys, I want to welcome everybody in the chat room. All my regulars that came through. John and Jen is in the house. I see Gil Gorham is in the house. Derek Maloney is in the house. Tony Hurtado is in the house. We're going to get to your questions for Noel here in a little second. We're just going to talk to him a little bit more, but get your questions ready, and we'll tap in with you in a second, all right? Doggy, so...
Oh, I thought we were going to commercial or something.
No.
I was ready, man. I was like, go ahead.
You are the commercial.
What are you going to do? Damn, man. All right. I thought we were right here at Mellowman Man Ace's show doing it, man. You guys know what time it is, man, at the Havana Lounge podcast. That's what's up.
All right. That's what's up.
We do short intermissions here.
Doggy, so I mean, what? Like I said, what was the next get down? Like, what came next after Taco Bell?
So, it's kind of funny. My first movie ever was a movie that didn't make it. I don't even think it made it to TJ Mexico on the blanket with the girl who sells stolen DVDs. It didn't even make it there, but it was actually with Danny Trejo. Ice-T did the soundtrack on it.
Wow.
Yeah, and Eva Longoria, before she became Eva Longoria, she played a gangster chick in that.
Is that right?
And it was called No Mother's Crying, No Baby's Dying. It was
Man, I'd like to see that now.
I got it on VHS, G, straight up.
Is that right?
If you figure out the transfer, you can watch it. I got it, bro.
I got a guy.
You got a guy?
I got a guy.
Well, we gonna make that happen then, because I have it literally, no joke, no lie, on VHS.
Okay.
But it didn't even make it. It didn't even make it to
probably
Bob's videos.
in the chat room right now.
Like,
Roy Rendon. If you see Roy Rendon, that's our guy.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, if you can turn VHSs into Blu-rays or DVDs, I got about 50 of them.
He already did that for me for 1990 concert footage that I had of when we kicked off the Latino.
I need it. I'm sold already. I'm sold. I need it.
He's a good guy.
Because I got a gang of VHSs that need to be transformed.
So what was the name of the movie again?
It was called No Mother's Crying, No Baby's Dying. So Danny Trejo was in it, and everyone else who I said. Ice-T did the soundtrack. Mike Moroff at the time.
Oh, wow.
Remember Mike Moroff was in it. Yeah,
absolutely.
I got it. I got it, bro, on VHS. I got it.
Now, did you get paid on that?
I got paid on that, man.
Good deal.
That was actually where I quitted my job to jump into that and, kind of start the adventure.
Right on, man. I'd love to see that piece. I'm going to see that piece. Trust me when I tell you. All right, so now in following up in chronological order here, what comes after this endeavor that you had there?
So after that, man, I just, I got really blessed. I was booking a lot of parts, and then it kind of just became a roller coaster after Fast and the Furious.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of, to be honest with you, the liftoff. Before I got into, quote unquote, the real movies, I was doing a lot of like industrial work. So I was like the one, if like you get hired at like Burger King, I was like the one, this is how you wrap a hamburger. This is how you use the cash register.
Okay.
I was doing like Walmart video security videos. So like I was the one,
and shit like that.
Yeah. So like I was stealing a CD in aisle 2, and they were like, if you see someone stealing in the store, this is the proper thing to do.
Is that right?
I was doing all that stuff. So if you got hired back in the days for jobs like that, and you had to watch those stupid training videos, that was me. You. And then later I do a movie called Training Day.
You see that?
So
you got to show up, people. You got to definitely show up to life, and things will happen. I always say it. I see my man Adam, my man Danny's in the place to be. You got to show up, bro. You got to show up.
Right,
That's awesome. So you did some odd things in between, and then this is after Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, no, you were saying like the order or whatever, so I was just trying to take you kind of on that order.
Come on.
Like,
preach, keep on going.
Well, what's the next question? You lost me now.
Well, the next question is in that order, what happens next? Because you have a great resume. I don't know if you knew that. If you don't, if somebody doesn't know you and they look at your IBDM, is that what it's called?
IMDb.
We're
giving you a multiple choice. That's all good.
I always get the letters fucked up.
We like to give A, B, and C's over here.
Yeah.
All right.
So now when you look at that, you're like, my God, this guy's come a long way since that fucking Cypress Hill video.
I love Cypress Hill too, man. I gotta just give him a shout out right quick.
Absolutely, that's family.
That's of course, man.
So what happens?
Oh, wait,
Get me to the Bruce Almighty, because I love.
Let's not get personal, bro. Let's not get personal. Let's not get personal.
Let's not talk about monkeys.
Right. I don't even go to the zoo no more. It's that bad, bro. I stay away from the bananas in the grocery store.
No. Come on,
that's a horror story.
Get me to the funk, man.
Okay, I got a little funny story, man. This is where I realized my life changed, to keep it 100 with you. And I never forget this day like it was yesterday. This is actually maybe the 4th time ever in an interview, I think, where I'm sharing this story. But this is where I knew my life changed. So before Fast and the Furious, I worked all kinds of 9-to-5 jobs. I worked at Olive Garden, Denny's, Toys R Us, KB Toy Store. I worked at a pizza delivery spot. Kmart. I did work at Walmart as a cash register person. Kmart was my longest 9-to-5 job. I worked at Kmart for 1 year.
The man's consistent.
So I try to stay on top of it, right? And long story short, man, to fast forward, I never forget this. I never forget when I did Fast and the Furious. I was going to the same bank for 7 to 8 years. Same bank for 7 to 8 years, right? Depositing my checks. All of a sudden, I do Fast and the Furious. I'm going to deposit my check. Same bank. That's like key right here, right? That's key part of the story. 7 to 8 years, cashing my little checks or whatever, depositing. All of a sudden, I come in with the Fast and Furious check, and the girl at the window goes, "Do you have a financial advisor?" And I said, "No, I don't have a financial advisor." She goes, "You should go on the back and you should talk to a financial advisor." I said, "All right, cool." So I go on the back. All of a sudden, the manager of the bank comes over and says, "Hey, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is such and such. I'd like you to meet the assistant manager."
Yeah.
And they do their whole spiel for about 20 to 30 minutes selling me on what I should do.
This
and how
means your check was over 100K.
It was large, right?
Right.
So
they don't just do that for 5 Gs.
And so, no, right? And so I looked at all of them, right? And I go, "All you guys are funny." I go, "I've been coming to this bank for 7 to 8 years, and not once did any of you come out to introduce yourself.
Absolutely.
And now all of a sudden I'm depositing a fat check, and all you guys want to come out the woodworks and say hello?"
Yes.
I told them, "Man, F all y'all. Do whatever you do. Just put my money in, and I'm out." And I never forget that. But that's, how like in your career, like you've had this. You have the light bulb moments of like a couple of like your wow factors.
Yes.
Of like, but only personal ones that you would know. Yeah. That no one else would know because it was Mellowman Man Ace's experience only.
Yes.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But other people are like, But when they get there, they're going to be, "Oh, that's what homeboy was talking about."
Sure.
So when I had that moment, G, I was like, this is really how the world works.
Yeah.
And it was a major wake-up call. And that's where I kind of started realizing that, now you got to be a little more careful of what you do and where you do it and who you do it with. Even though I didn't learn that lesson yet, because I was still a knucklehead wilding out. Because like you said, I was hood rich, I had money, and now I was just acting a fool.
Yeah.
And whatever. So that's kind of where a lot of things got a hold of me. And my whole life, for about 20 years up until 2008, was pretty much a party. So yeah.
What are you gonna do, people?
So, yeah, you're gonna do what you do.
What are you gonna do?
So yeah.
Party ain't a
So I try to get a little deep right there, a little personal. I put some personal stuff on Front
That's
Street,
all good,
whatever.
man.
But that was
that's dope, man. I mean, it's your money. You do what you do.
Exactly.
I had a similar story. So
yeah, tell me one of yours real quick, because I'm sure they would love to hear it too. Man.
I'll tell you my experience at the bank when I first got paid.
Let me hear yours.
Same as you. I was going there for a couple years. I had a little bullshit job at Dodger Stadium cooking hot dogs in the left field pavilion the year the Dodgers won the World Series in '88.
That had to be one heck of a time, bro.
I was depositing my little fucking checks. It was the B of A in the C of Bell. I get my Capitol check, my first Capitol Records check. I go over there, and now I want to deposit it, and I want to take some with me to go buy my first real nice car. And they took the money, deposited, but they didn't want to give me some money so soon of my own money.
Yeah.
And I was like, what type of shit is this? What level is this? I said, yo, my man, get me all that fucking money I just put in here. Give me all this fucking money. Shut my account. Fuck y'all. I'm going over here. That's my story.
That's what I did too. I shut my account. I was with Washington Mutual at the time.
Okay.
When it happened to me back then.
That's who I went to after.
Oh, that's who you went? And then I went to Bank of America, so they traded us. That's funny, bro.
It's off the south.
Yeah. You remember Washington Mutual?
Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Of course, they are no longer, right?
Yeah, no, that company's done. And I see why. Because that's the way I was treated. So maybe they shut down because of that. I don't know. With a lot of people, I mean. But
that's what's up, my man.
Yeah.
We're going case by case, people.
We going deep on this one. We cutting throats here.
We going case by case, definitely. So now, let's bump it up, if you will. When does Bruce Almighty?
We didn't bump it up enough, right there.
I love what you did. Talk to me about Bruce.
I'm gonna give you a fun fact on Bruce Almighty. I'm gonna give you a little fun fact. So check this out. Here's how they did the monkey scene. It was no CGI. It was none of this or that or whatever people think. This is how they did the monkey scene.
Okay.
They got a cage with no door on it.
Yeah.
They made an oversized pair of pants with Velcro on the back where it rips, and the monkey came out on a sound cue. That's how they did it. And all I had to do was make the face. You put 2 and 2 together, and you got Bruce Almighty.
That's dope as fuck. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sharing that story. A lot of us didn't know how that worked.
They had 27 monkeys on set because they didn't know what monkey was going to cooperate and do the scene right. And they hit it, believe it or not, the magic one we always say, the third monkey was the charm.
Is that right?
The third monkey cooperated. They got the shot they exactly needed, got it just right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you another funny story about that movie.
Did you audition for that movie? Or did you just land?
No, we auditioned for it. Okay. Yeah, we all auditioned for it. We came in. You got to remember, that was at the starting of the career.
Okay.
So they weren't really handing out parts like that yet. You feel me?
Got you.
When you did have a recognizable face, though, it kind of put you on the front line a little bit. Yeah. But you still had to audition.
Still had to get it.
Right. You
had to earn it.
Yeah, pretty much. And but I'll tell you one other funny story about the movie, and I'll keep it real short. I was only supposed to work on that movie 1 week, and I got 7 weeks out of it because Jim Carrey kept on rewriting the scene. And it got to a point where we didn't even study the script no more because we didn't know what we were going to walk into on the day.
Okay.
So there was a scene that happens after that where Jim Carrey steps back and he says, "Now it's time to teach the rest of you guys a lesson." And then one of my homeboys say, "Yeah, you and what army?" And then what happens is like 50 Jim Carreys jump out of Jim Carrey's, and we all had our own individual beating. And we actually started filming that. Yeah. They started bringing in Jim Carrey lookalikes and the whole deal. But then when it got too deep, they said it was too early in the movie to display Jim Carrey's powers like that.
Okay.
So they go, "We got to cut all this out. We're going to leave it just that. We're going to end the way we did." And they left it at that.
That's a great story, bro.
Yeah, and it worked out for me.
I had no idea.
And no one did. And you wouldn't know that unless you were up in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Give a shout out. Give a shout out.
Absolutely. Shout out to my people, John and Jen.
We got a crowd in here.
Absolutely. It's going down.
A bunch of parolees together hanging out. Love it.
Absolutely. Guys, did you hear what he said? There was 50 Jim Carreys jumping out, and they scrapped that whole thing, and they went with the monkey coming out of the cage.
Yeah. Stop getting personal, bro. Stop getting I'm playing.
Yeah, the funky monkey come out of the cage. True indeed. Man, I love that movie. Anytime it comes on today, I still watch it in its entirety, and I just have a blast with that, man.
Yeah, that movie was fun to make, man. It was a cool deal. Jim Carrey, most nicest, humblest guy. Give you one more quick story. You got me thinking now, okay. And I'll keep this one short. So when we did the first scene, it was Jim Carrey. So we were like, man, we don't want to hurt him. Like, we don't want to go in too hard. You know what I mean? So we did it kind of lightly when we beat him up for him to get his revenge later. And Jim Carrey says this, after we kind of touched him up lightly, because it's Jim Carrey, none of us want to get fired.
Right.
He was like, "Come on, guys, do it like you do it in the streets. Like, do it for reals." So we all looked at each other and we're like, all right. So we did the second take like we did it for reals. And then right after that, he goes, "All right, go back to the first way."
Yeah.
So that's another dope, man. That's another true story.
That's really dope. We've never had this conversation before, and
little things you wouldn't know, you know what I mean, unless you were there and while it was happening. So I get
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. That's
so dope. Sharing that stuff, I get to share stuff like that. That's a blessing. I love sharing stuff like that. But Yeah, it was a fun movie to make.
Take me over to Training Day.
You got to finish it with the second knock, bro. Training Day. What you want to know?
Take me. Come on, man. What don't I want to know, bro? Because my son, when he was 3-4 years old, got called in on the set for that by my man Big Marv.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Big Marv, Latin Thug Marv.
Yeah.
And this man Juice called me one night. He's like, hey, man, can your son play the little kid? We're down here at the projects, and can you bring your son to the project and see if, because he looks just like Denzel.
Right.
And I'm like,
for that scene with Eva?
Yeah. For
in the apartment.
Kid in the apartment, right?
Yeah.
So, my son gets camera shy when he gets there. He's only 3-4 years old.
I understand.
Right? So he's just a kid, and he doesn't want to do the part. He's like, no, Dad, I don't want to do this, Dad. No, Dad. Next thing you know, the movie comes out. We go see it. The little kid who's in it is brilliant. And I'm looking at him like, see, dummy, that could have been you.
Right.
Could have been you.
Right.
So he's like, oh, man, so that's what acting is? I'm like, yeah, dumb. That could have been you.
Damn.
So when I see the movie,
that's a hard one.
I love what you did on there, my man. You rep that real shit so true. You really brought it to life, my man.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. That's love. Thank you, bro.
No, for real, man. Like, I know vatos like that. You know what I mean? Over on Cypress Ave and motherfuckers that I grew up with. And you brought that character there. You took it there. Respect.
No, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. You had me stuck on pause, so I was listening.
Respect. How did you land that job there?
So that was a hard one, man. That one, they were being real particular. You know what I'm saying? They were being real choosy and picky about what they were gonna do or hire or what.
Okay.
They not only my part, but even Raymond Cruz and Cliff Curtis, even their part.
Okay.
That was like, they said it was one of the hardest, most scenes to cast. And they went through a lot of different choices and people that they were going to have to be in that scene. I think at one time, to keep it 100, I think it was even casted already. Yeah. I think they had, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, but don't quote me. I'm pretty sure they had Benjamin Bret at first that was going to play Cliff Curtis. Cliff Curtis's role, the main gangster guy. And then it just got a little...
Go ahead, talk to me.
Oh, yeah. No, and then it just got a little like, it was just a hard thing for them to cast and put it together. But long story short, when it all came together, it was what it was. And, we did it. And I just do them and hope for the best.
I love that scene in the motherfucking bathroom where you have Ethan Hawke and you about to drown this cat, and beat the shit out of shotgun, gun him and everything. And you get his wallet, you know what I mean? And you say, check this out, man. Ain't this your niece, dog?
Yeah.
And then your man, he looks at it and goes, well, this thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He comes with that real shit, man. And I really love that.
Do you remember back in the day, Suspect Entertainment?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was a part of Suspect at the time, and Suspect was part of the people who kind of molded Cliff Curtis. And because, he's from New Zealand.
No.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, that guy's like a chameleon, man. He's from New Zealand. He played Pablo Escobar in Blow.
Is that
right? If you remember that. Yeah, so
no.
he even played a black guy in a movie with dreads, and I forget the name of the movie.
Is that right?
But
he's lovely right there. I love that right there.
And he's a guy from New Zealand, and so the director told him, call up Suspect Entertainment to kind of give you some tidbits on how to be, Mexican gangster, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So we took him out for the night, and we kind of gave him a overnight training. Just told him some words to say and some, just some things to do that helped him out with this character because he didn't know nothing from nothing.
Of Suspect?
That's a long story.
Okay,
but it's still hanging on.
Off screen, you'll tell me all about it.
Yeah. Right. But we're still hanging on. But shout out to Suspect. My boy Manny. Me and my boy Manny are tight. We're close. He was actually at my house just about a month ago.
That was dope at that time.
We working on something.
They had all the illest Latino actors at the time on their roster. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's a long story, bro.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean,
but Suspect's still grinding to this day. Like I said, Manny was just at my house a month ago, and we working on something. So we got a little surprise coming up when the time's right. Though we don't release nothing until the time's right.
Shout out to Manny, indeed, man. That's what's up, man. People, you're tuned into the Havana Lounge podcast. Sorry, the wine is fucking with me a little bit.
That's a real podcast, man. That's a real podcast right there. I'm like, I'm going to start asking myself my own questions.
Stop it, man. I ain't that bad.
I'm just playing.
Thursday, it's the Havana Lounge podcast, people. I'm your man, MellowMan Ace. That is Noel G in the place to be. I'm seeing that the chat room is mad active. I want to take some questions from the chat room and see who can get my man Noel open and talking about some shit I haven't asked him yet. Maybe some things he didn't know he wanted to talk about. Okay. So let's go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is on the spot time or what?
She gonna read it off.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Vasquez says, "What superhero would you be, or like to be, and why?"
The question is, what superhero would you like to be?
What superhero would you like to be?
If you were gonna do a movie like Superman, Batman, all that, which one would you be?
Went deep on that one, man. You got to put me in my thought process. I'd probably say Superman. Only because I was a big Superman fan, not of the new ones. I'm a fan of the old originals with Christopher Reeves.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So those are the ones that I'm bought into. But I like Superman because I just like Superman. I don't know. That's probably who I would be.
The powers, man. He had the
why. Oh, the why is because I always ask people, if you could fly or be a fish, a bird or a fish, which one would you be? And most people say a bird because they can fly.
Yeah.
And I think I would take flying over being a fish underwater all day long. But I thought that the fish would be cool too, because you'd see an underwater world that you can't ever see. So there's, a little bit behind that as well. But long story short, I think everyone, if they could fly, they would fly. You know what I'm saying?
I have dreams of flying to this day.
So you and me both, bro. I wish I could, so I think I'd be
And then Superman. I have a dream where I'm flying, but then there's dead weight motherfuckers trying to pull me down and shit.
That happens all the time. You got to cut negativity off. I always tell people, if you got a homie around you who says, man, you're tripping, or you can't do that, or you're dreaming too big, maybe that's not the homie to have.
Respect.
The chat
Next
room
one.
is lit. The chat room is lit. So we got
So Superman because he could fly. That's the short version.
All right.
That's the short version.
Okay, so we have Chris Marie, and she's asking, Noel, who inspires you?
Who inspires you?
We're getting personal now. I just want to be honest, man. I never push my belief upon anyone else. To each their own. I respect everyone's own opinion and their own answer, but what inspires me is God, the Bible, God's word. That's my true inspiration. And that's my true hero is Jesus Christ.
There we go.
So I'm just trying to keep it real.
All right. Okay.
Preaching to the church over here.
I'm just keeping it real, man. I was trying to.
Okay, next one.
I just don't know how to answer not real. Like I'm speak from the heart. I'll say what I say, and it is what it is. So
that's what's up. It's your day, baby.
Andrea Vasquez.
My day or my hour?
No, it's your hour. Your hour. Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Noel, as hard as this Hollywood industry gets, what keeps you going and why, and what motivates you to keep going?
Well, I kind of said it right there. God is what keeps me going because in any business you do, there's always good and bad. I don't care if it's Hollywood, being a doctor, being a police officer, you work at, Target or whatever, like any business, there's always good and bad. I think it's always good to be a light in the dark. And that's why, if people are fake, then be the real one and show the fake how not to be fake because you're the real one that's not fake.
Is it hard to have one foot in the church and one foot in Hollywood?
Yeah.
How difficult is that? How difficult is the spiritual warfare that happens there?
That's a really, really hard one. But, the way we answer that question is someone has to play Judas and Jesus. So there's some roles that I would not do.
Yeah.
Just because I would not do them. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge. I don't like Dave Chappelle. Like, you know, I love what Dave Chappelle said. You ain't putting the dress on the black man.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do it, you know, because I wouldn't play a gay guy. I wouldn't play a transvestite. I wouldn't play a lesbian or anything like that. And to each their own, no judgment. If that works for you, then cool and hallelujah and go do you. But I personally would not take on roles like that.
So obviously you have a sense that you know that you're an inspiration to kids who might be watching and go, because he did that, I want to do that. And perhaps, you know what I mean?
There's just some things I wouldn't do because I felt like it violates or, you know, kind of, I don't know. That's a long conversation, could break the rhythm or whatever. But again, to each their own. And if it works for you, then handle it, and, you know, do you. But for me, I just can't. I just can't do it.
Next one.
All right. Tony Garcia.
We're getting deep here. All right,
Tony Garcia.
Welcome to the Havana Lounge, goddammit, where the wine is fine.
I love it.
And
I love
the
it.
time is crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
I'm making shit up.
No, it's all good. It works. It works.
Do you ever deny a part because you want to get away from the usual thug part? Do you feel your craft can go in other directions?
Yeah, no, I never deny a part that could broaden horizons, you know, because I admire actors who could play a doctor, a thug, a romantic character, like, you know, a love story or something, or, you know, a lawyer, whatever. So I do have, like right now, for example, I got hair. I'm growing out my hair because I'm playing different roles now. I just did a movie where I play a police officer, broad daylight, with my boy Steve right here. And I play a sheriff in that movie.
Shout out to Steve.
So and you could see this guy all over the place on my block and SWAT, and he's doing big things right now. But long story short, man, I love roles where you could do different things and play different characters. So all day long, you know, I don't want to just play the thug. Not that I won't play the thug, because someone has to play the thug, but I would love to play a lawyer.
I love you in the thug.
But I'm just saying,
I love you in the thug.
I would love to play a police officer, a lawyer, you know,
how about a romantic comedy?
A doctor. I got a plan for a romantic comedy. I'm actually writing a romantic comedy as we speak called Love Language. So I got some things in the works, man. There's some things that are going to pop off that I'm slowly creeping on that I haven't released yet, because you don't release till the time is right.
Absolutely.
I'm not one of those people who like to say and not do. Exactly. You release it when it's time to release.
When it's ready. Absolutely.
Right.
Next one.
But there's some things that are cooking in the kitchen. How about that? That's all right. Go.
Okay, so we have Cynthia Gonzalez. I believe she's on there. She asked a question.
What actor haven't you worked with yet that you would love to film a movie with?
I've been lucky, man, because I got a lot of my wish list actors already. I've been very lucky. I worked with Mel Gibson, Robert De Niro, which my movie with Robert De Niro will be coming out soon. I worked with Clint Eastwood.
Respect.
So right now I'm doing a movie with Mickey Rourke.
Melllow Man Ace.
Yeah, Melllow Man Ace. You in my next flick. You in my next flick, dog. I'm throwing you in there, dog. I'm throwing you in there.
Come on.
But I guess one of the wish list actors that I haven't worked with yet that I would love to is probably Al Pacino. Want to get one in with him. So that's kind of on the, you know, and maybe even just because I'm surprised this guy hasn't won an award yet. I'm just a fan of him because in some of his stuff I think is
who is that?
Tom Cruise. You know, I liked him in Top Gun, and
okay,
I like him in some stuff I loved him in Jerry Maguire.
Sure.
You know, but I think he should win like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, he would.
But it would be cool to do a movie with Tom Cruise and get one in with him also. But again, I'm gonna be real. Some of his stuff I don't like, but a lot of his stuff I do like. It's just it's hit and miss with him. You know what I mean?
It's your world, doggy.
Yeah.
True indeed.
Okay, so we have one of our loyal fans of Havana Lounge podcast, Tony Hurtado.
Got to get his question in. That's bad. Loyal fan.
He's here every week.
Let's go.
Shout out to him.
What role did you take on that was your personal favorite?
You know, it's kind of funny to keep it 100 with you. It's probably Bruce Almighty, because I got a chance to show comedy there. And so I like that role because it was something a little different, a little out of the box. And so I like that. You know, I thought that was hella cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then I just did a movie called Psychopath also with my boy Rampage Jackson, which is available right now on Hulu, Amazon Prime, Tubi TV. I play a police officer, and I got no mustache, no beard, and a full head of hair.
Yeah.
And you can check that one out also. And I'm just saying it's a completely different role from what you see me in usually.
Get down.
So that's something to check out too.
Mhm.
Where it challenges your acting, because real actors, just to keep it honest with you, could do more than just the thug stuff. They should be able to be like Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, who could play this, and that.
Yeah.
And have, a variety.
Okay. That's what's up.
So I love challenging myself.
He loves to challenge people. You heard it here first. Guys, this is the Havana Lounge podcast. That is Noel G. I am MellowMan Ace. You good?
Yeah, I'm straight, man. I just
good?
think, we closing up right here. We closing up shop.
We can.
No, I'm with you, bro. It's your show.
I usually don't like to keep my people more than an hour. I know your time is valuable. And I appreciate you coming through.
I just tell people this, and I just close with this one thing. I always say there's only one way you can fail in life, and that's if you quit in life. So if you never quit, you're never going to fail. Took me 8 years to get my first movie. It was no walk in the park. It didn't happen overnight. But I always think if I would have quit it on that seventh year, if I would have said it's been too long, it's too hard, can't do it, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So it took me 8 years to get my first movie. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep on pushing forward, that you can make your dream a reality, but you're going to have to fight the good fight. And my last words, just to cut this short, because I know we got to go here, is I always say, just put God first in everything you do, and the rest will work itself out. Keep up with me on my Instagram, Actor Noel G. Continue supporting this podcast, Havana Lounge Podcast. Follow my boy MellowMan Ace, which I know you are already. And I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for tuning in. I know that your time is just as important as our time. So I always like to leave with a little gold nugget to push and advance you guys in whatever your dream is, whether it is being a doctor, a lawyer, owning a business, whatever. And the reason why is because when we do these shows, we never know what next world changer we might be speaking to out there. And so if you're a world changer, I'm here to tell you guys that you can get it. You can make it happen. Go out there and do it. If I'm some kid from the streets who did it, you guys can definitely do it. So I just want to say that.
Yeah.
I love that. Make some noise for my man. Guys, well said. Well said indeed. Shout out to my man Noel G. We continue to uplift my brother to higher heights. That's just my word. That's just my word, man. Guys, we're gonna sign off in a second. But before I go, I just want to thank my man Kenny Hamilton over at Hambone for the delicious barbecue we about to fucking tear up. Absolutely, and most definitely, we wanna say thank you so much. We appreciate you, guys. Tune in next week when my guest will be DJ Severe of Dodger Stadium. He is the Dodgers' go-to DJ.
Yeah.
When you come in the game, he's the one bumping the sounds and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that. But guys, that's my time. So like I always like to say at this time, remember in the words of the great Curtis Mayfield, remember that your dream is your only scheme. So keep on pushing and move on up. Make some noise for my man, Noel G. And we out.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Let's get it.